Hi, WhiskyJason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And today I have something from Sweden again, Mackmyra Gruvguld. Gruvguld means mine, gold from the mine. And so this is a 46.1% ABV. This is a no age statement, but I do know that there are malts in here, single malts from Sweden between the ages of 5 and 16 years. Over here in Germany, I'm paying 48 euros for a 0.7 liter bottle. Non-chilled filtered, no color added, and they did a vatting, a mixing of a lot of different casks. So they took bourbon casks, first and second fill, that were 30 liters large. So 30 liters divided here by about 3.8 means they're like a 9-gallon casks, almost about the same size as cognac casks. Then they also took virgin first and second fill Swedish oak between the sizes of 30 and 100 liters. They took a mixture of virgin and first fill Oloroso in 30 liters. And then they took virgin and second fill Swedish oaks, where it was also 30 liters, in which bourbon was in before. And then they actually saturated those casks with Peat, with Pedro Ximénez sherry. And last but not least, there was a batch of barrels that were virgin and first fill US oak, 128 liters, so divided by 4, you get like a 35-gallon, and then that was saturated with Oloroso sherry. So all this for 48 euros, which translates into less than $60, which is not bad. And this actually matured in their Bodås mine, which is 50 meters, about 200 or 50 yards down below the surface. And over half of the barrels here were actually from those 30 liter, these 9-gallon barrels. The master blender, her name is Angela Dorazio, and she's done a very good job here with this blend, a lot of my friends have said. Now, a very few, just a couple of the casks actually were with peated whiskey. The rest of it is unpeated whiskeys. And it's a limited series edition 2018 from Mackmyra. So, the first thing I get is a very, very nice sherry with an S moment. You get the Oloroso, the PX. You get some like berries, like some sweet cranberries, some sweet raspberries, actually like a sweet raspberry apple jam with a lot of sugar in there. A vanilla moment, excellent. Very, very nice. I'm going to try it. Acceptable. Oh, towards the end I have a little bit of that peaty, smoky moment. Very, very slight. Not a thing to really mention. It's very fruity. Very, very fruity, to be honest. Now I'm just going to... Wait a second. I'm just going to nose it again. Yep. This was exactly the same phenomenon I had also with my German video. The first time I smelled it, I got the berries, I got the sherry. The second time I smelled it, I got a very, very decent amount of peat. And that's what I'm getting the second time. It's really interesting how your mouth and your nose are connected, and especially after you've tried the whiskey, that your brain recognizes something different. And then what I'm going to do now, last but not least, I'm going to put in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops and swirl it around a little bit, and then I get that barrel char. I get the wood. It's a lot of that tannins and so on. And it's very interesting how many transitions and how many different facets this one whiskey can actually offer just on the nose, let alone what's going on in my mouth. Yep, I do get that wood now. It's interesting. Actually, I should be doing this a little bit. It's going up and down, just fluctuating. It's nice. This is a B minus. Me and Mackmyra are not the best of friends. We respect each other, and I kind of compare it to what my friends are over here in Germany. People in Germany don't drink much bourbon. They love Scotch. And so I offer them a bourbon. They're not going to turn it down. They're going to say, thank you very much. But if I gave them the choice, would you like to have Scotch or a bourbon? They're all going to basically say Scotch. Now, if you gave me the choice between bourbon and Mackmyra, Swedish whiskey, I'm going to go for the bourbon. But if you gave this to me and said, here, I'm going to go, that's not bad. And this is like one of the things I'm not going to buy. It's going to be one of the things that someone else buys from me. I'm going to try it. I'm not going to refuse it. But it's just not something I'm going to shell out my money for. Now, the 48 euros, let's say it's below $60, is actually a very fair price, especially for European whiskeys from the mainland with between 5 and 16-year-old whiskeys in here. It's a very pleasant, just comfortable whiskey to drink. I can recommend it. As I said, with a B minus. 1 is basically, which is A. Why haven't you bought it? This is the best stuff in the world I've had. B is, hey, go out and buy it. It's very, very nice. C is, why don't you have it? It's one of the things you can buy. A D is, don't buy it. Why? And an F is, take it from the market. This stuff is nasty. And I've had A's, B's, C's, and D's, and F's actually. And this is basically a B minus. So it's a recommendation. And also the value for money is a C. So that's also very, very nice. I think it's a fair price. All right, WhiskyJason here. My question of the day is, what do you think of these 30-liter casks? These cognac casks, these very small gravity barrels are what they're called there at the Mackmyra distillery in Sweden. I personally think it's an interesting idea. More wood contact, things actually mature quicker, quarter casks and so on, we know. Even Jim Beam experimented with those quarter casks. I have the Basil Hayden rye whiskey where a portion of this was actually aged in those quarter casks, that rye here, and so even the States know about that. But what's your personal opinion? Is it a good idea to encourage the quicker maturing of the spirit due to more wood contact, surface to liquid ratio? I'm personally not I don't say it has to be. I often have that wood a lot more in the palate, but done correctly, why not? Go for it. And I think Mackmyra is following a very, very good policy of a mixture of those different casks from 30 liters to 100 liters to the 128. Why not? So you can do that and have a very, very nice whiskey that comes out. So Mackmyra Gruvguld is a recommendation with a B minus and a nice value for money. So please like my videos, please subscribe, please tell others about this crazy American in Germany tasting whiskey you'll probably never ever see. For example, Swedish whiskey. For example, the limited series edition 2018. But I have the privilege of living in Germany and we get a lot of whiskey that no one else has. All right, thank you very much. Videos are out there Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Don't forget to answer the question of the day. Bye-bye.